Yeah, it works.
Good evening. Welcome to the December 11th Commission on Disabilities meeting. If we can please all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If we can just do a roll call of members first. Vice Chair Rick Frenny.
Present.
Enza Goodwin.
Present.
Michelle DeBellis.
Present.
Pauline Perno.
Present.
Albert Sheridan.
Present.
And Robert Bent is absent, and Chair Ralph DeChico is present. Before we get started, I just briefly wanted to have a point of personal privilege. The city of Revere has lost a very outgoing resident and volunteer, Michael Carroll, also known as Squad 51. I know a lot of people know of him and have had interactions with him, and just wanted to say that he will deeply be missed, and hopefully he will be resting in peace. And if we could please stand for a moment of silence for him. Thank you. And secondly, I know a lot of us know about the tragedy that happened Sunday on Revere Beach Parkway, North Shore Road, and our hearts and prayers go out with the Major Rivera family, especially for their loss of 5-year-old Adriana. She was a student at the Garfield Elementary School. So our thoughts and prayers go out to that family, and also thoughts and prayers go out for the other child, the 2-month-old Natasha, that our thoughts and prayers go out with them. If we could also have a moment of silence for little Adriana. Thank you. Back to regular order of business. Item 1 is a motion to approve the meeting minutes from November 13th, meeting 2018.
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from November 13, 2018. Anyone want to second that motion?
Second.
Okay, approved, so noted. And I would like to, item 2 is an introduction of our new commission member, Albert Sheridan. He wasn't able to join us last month. He's been sworn in. So I just wanted to introduce and welcome Albert to the Commission on Disabilities. And if he would just like to introduce himself and a little bit of his background, he would just push the button right there and you could speak. And thank you for coming on to the commission.
Hi, my name is Albert Sheridan. I live in Revere in Oak Island. I've been here for 18 years, and I'm looking forward to working with this committee on the Disabilities Act and doing what I can do to help the city and help the people.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. Item 3, I'll turn it over to Vice Chair Rick Frenny just to update us on the all-inclusive art program, how it's going.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The all-inclusive art program is going wonderfully for our first time out. It's been balancing between 8 and 12 students each week. The parents are all in on this, and this is something we have to do again. We have enough supplies, so we're actually extending it. It's supposed to end this week, and we're extended till next week because we have so many crafts supplies. And the parents were unanimous last week to keep it going, and I can't say enough about Diane Casanello and Miss Sally at the Rec Center for helping us out. Couldn't do it without them. And the parents have been very supportive, and it's wonderful program. Great job that you got the grant, Mr. Chairman, and we'll keep it going, and I can't wait till our, the next thing is going to start up this week, but we'll talk about that later. But the All-Inclusive Art Program has been a major hit, so great job all around to all the volunteers, parents, guardians, grandparents, everyone that's been coming down, helping out, and especially to Diane Casanello and Miss Sally at the Rec Center. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Item 4 is the scheduled events. If I could turn that over to Enza Goodwin, if she would take that for us.
Okay, so I'm going to recap events that took place in November. We had 2 events. We held a fundraiser at Fuddruckers, and families dined on great food while supporting an important cause. We also hosted a Boston versus Bullies presentation to parents about bullying, and we had the pleasure of having Dr. Vidala, Ms. Joanna Rizzo, and school committee member Stacy Rizzo join us as well. And for the month of December, we're hosting our holiday party this coming Sunday, December 16th, from 12 to 2 at Rumney Marsh Academy. Families are encouraged to RSVP and attend with their children. More information is available on the commission website, and we are seeking donations of all kinds, so please consider supporting us. And then on Monday night, on the 17th at 6 o'clock, Ms. Jackie Roy will present to parents for our monthly meeting on ABA strategies and tips.
Okay, does anyone else have any other events that they want to add to this? Seeing none, we'll move on to item 5, is the CODA, Commissions on Disabilities Alliance monthly conference call meeting that I had last Wednesday. I wrote December 11th, but it was not December 11th. It was last Wednesday, which I believe was the 3rd? The 5th. Thank you, Rick. Basically, I sent some information over to all members on the commission. Some of the things that were discussed at that call was a Smart 911 application and forms that has been started by some of the other communities. And I had sent that to different offices in the city of Revere so that they could take a look at it to see if that's something that could be done in the city. It's a little bit more than the regular landline Verizon 911 because with that Verizon 911, it has nothing to do with cell phones. But with this Smart 911, your cell phone can be linked to your home address. So it's something that has been forwarded to them for them to take a look at. So I just wanted to send that information over to everyone to take a look at. I'm not sure if anyone else is familiar with that program, if they have any other family members in other communities that are currently using it, that have any background, other information on it that could share. The other thing that had come up is the AAB bill that we had signed on for in the summer of last year that did not get passed. And I had forwarded that email over to everyone that they are going to be doing a big push to try and get that back through in fruition. And what that basically will do is to try and consolidate the laws and permits for state and federal so that the guidelines are all unison for work and for public places, so there's only one law instead of there being 2 laws, and there won't be any loopholes. I guess they were getting some pushback from builders or from companies or whatnot. So there's a big push that we're going to be trying to get that done through CODA and trying to send notifications to our delegation as we did before. And I had forwarded those emails that we had sent previously so that everybody has it in case they didn't have it. Especially if there's new members, so they can take a look at it just to get up to speed on all that, so they can see what I've been involved with CODA. So that's that. So if anybody has any questions on that, once they get a chance to take a look at it, you could reach out to me, and we can even bring that up at the next meeting if need be. that was basically what our call was for CODA for this month. Item 6 that we have carrying over for old business was the continued discussion and ideas on the COD subcommittees and duties. Not sure if anybody has, if we wanted to open it up for some discussions on that, so that we have basically almost a full board right now on what we want to do. We're trying to have different subcommittees. So we're looking for inputs on how we want to go about doing this. So I'm going to open it up to the members here for participation and ideas on how we can make subcommittees. So I'll open the floor up to any one of the members for discussion on how many different subcommittees we want and ideas.
So are we talked about this a few months ago, the subcommittees, and we were breaking it down into age group. When the three of us were speaking. You two are more familiar because of your child ages, the young up to maybe 10, 11 years old. Having two autistic kids of my own, one 16 and one 23, and seeing that there's not a whole lot of support at the high school level, I would love to, maybe take from the middle school on to help the young teens and up to 22 years old, so we can cater to that, work with the schools and keep these projects going outside of the school, after school programs, still trying to work on it. We know where we stand with, trying not to get into the League of Special Needs and all that other stuff we were trying to get. But, I think as far as subcommittees go, if we want to break it down like something like that, I think that'd be great, because these two women right here, these two young ladies are fantastic, working with Special Olympics for all the young people, and keep that going. I think it would be great, and as you know, and I'll talk about it later, what we're doing with the high school, because there's lack of vocation for special needs up there, so we're starting to get the commission involved with the schools, which was never done before under any administration, but under this administration, we're taking a leap forward, and I think it's going to pay off big. Ladies, your feedback on that?
I agree with what you're saying, and I think maybe with the middle school age, it could kind of be fluid, and depending what the activity or the event is, I feel like they could either fall under our umbrella or under your umbrella. I think that would be great. Just two questions. Has there been any update from the Revere League? Has there been any movement? Have we heard anything? And then the second piece, a while back, Mike Hinojosa had been in here. We were trying to brainstorm and plan some Special Olympics. The hope was to get it underway December or January, but we haven't heard anything otherwise. Do you know of anything with that?
I can reach back out and see if Special Olympics have given him any dates yet. I know that's what they were waiting for dates back from Special Olympics to start a winter basketball program, I believe it was. So I can reach back out to him and find out on that. For the League for Special Needs, basically we're waiting on them to reach out. From what I'm hearing, they had a board meeting that they're supposed to be contacting. They wanted to contact me, but I told them that they need to contact Bob Mara from the mayor's office, because who is going to be spearheading putting them together, who they were supposed to talk to after we had our initial meeting a few months back. So that's who they need to contact to get things rolling. We have our end of it done since the day after that meeting on ideas, which programs and things that we want to do. So we've been done for over 2 months now. We did it immediately the next day, whereas we thought that was going to happen with them. So we're just waiting on that. So we have our list. So we're just waiting for that, for the communication, for them to get in touch with Bob. The last communication I had was when I'm drawing a blank on her name right now. Michelle had come to my office on the Friday morning, And I had told her to, I asked her to reach out to Bob Mara that day with an email. And as of last week, or the week before, Bob Mara didn't receive anything, so I don't know if he's received anything this week. I usually check in with him on a weekly basis on Fridays, so just waiting on that.
And just to confirm, that building space is supposed to be available to the community to run programs, is that correct?
As far as I'm concerned, and my understanding, yes.
Right, okay. That's what
Yeah,
we thought, we just
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to confirm.
Yep.
Thanks.
So we, yeah, the middle school thing's great, yeah, because at the high school, we're talking, 14, 15 to 22. So, I can work with you. And obviously, eventually, you two are going to be there. Your kids get older, so you'll be joining. But obviously, we can't leave the kids the young kids in the dark. And that's where the Little Ricky Foundation comes into to help out with supplies and stuff like that. We just got some nice vests over to the Beachmont School, some nice compression pressure vests, which is nice. Yeah, we're going in the right spot. And as far as Special Olympics go, Mr. Chairman, with that still being said, I have no problem trying to maybe just get some exercise things going, in the meantime until Special Olympics is up and running. So that's something I can work on.
That's something that we may be able to entail with going for that other grant that I had sent you the information on. There's another round of grants that we can apply for that we did for the art program, so we can try and entail that. And I actually, over the weekend, I had met someone else who's supposed to be sending me some information on other grants that I could possibly be applying for. They're supposed to reach out and give me some contacts. So I'm waiting on that to see what grants we can apply for that are out there to try and bring in different types of programs for children, young adults, and adults with disabilities. As for the committees, I know we have Pauline and Albert. Al, yeah, I know you like to be called Al, Albie, or Al, whatever you like, Al. And I'm interested in if there's any types of committees that you'd like to see made and possibly be, because I know your background, and I think you'd be the perfect person for our older disabled community out there.
I actually was going to hop on Rick Frenny's bandwagon and join him up at the high school, because I'm not, I don't have children in special ed or special needs. However, I see my kids being left behind. So if my kids are being left behind in regular ed, I can only imagine what has happened. Yes. And so I am more than willing to jump on your bandwagon.
Thank you very much. I have a partner in crime. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, good. That's good to know.
Good.
Okay, so basically, it looks like we're going to probably try and have probably three committees. Yes. Probably one for we could call it probably for the children advocacy, and then we can have one for young adults, and then we could have one for
General public, senior citizens?
yeah, the general population in seniors, and maybe we can have Robert and Albert along with myself working on that committee, doing that, because I think the rest of you will be able to handle the other one, and I'll be go-between through all of them. So we'll talk to Robert on that, and as we can think of what we want to do, and hopefully I can get some information on some grants, like what I'm looking at for the general citizens that are disabled, is try and get some outreach programs, some informational programs for them, and things of that nature to bring in. For groups to come in and talk to them and let them know what's out there. A lot of them don't know where to go. A lot of them don't know what's out there for them. I tried putting some information on the website. Speaking on the website, I have a meeting Friday morning with the IT department. Finally, Revere is going to be getting a new website. So they want to know what I want on our disabilities page, because I threw that together because we never had anything, and I put some information on there. So I'll sit down with them, let them know if anybody has any ideas what you'd like on there. try and shoot me some information by Friday, and I'll include it. It's going to be a work in progress. It's supposed to come online by April. So
Staff headshots, Mr. Chairman?
staff headshots.
We all got our headshots in there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. All right. Any,
Can I just add something real quick? Pauline, so going back and forth with the school department, they've been so responsive this year. Dr. Vidala, Principal John Perella, they're so on board. And I know Diane Kelly, I know she appreciates whatever we can do for them. So, yeah, it's definitely lacking up there, but we'll do what we can to help out the kids. I've been in touch with Talia Memo, helping her out. And so we got some stuff planned in the works, and I'll talk about it soon. Okay.
okay, anybody else have any questions or ideas for the subcommittees that want to talk or anything? Late items, I was hoping to have a late item, but I didn't get any word yet on that municipal grant that I have applied for. It's supposed to be sometime in December. I'm hoping no news is not bad news. So I still haven't heard. And I don't want to reach out to them because I'm hoping that let the days and maybe I'll get an email saying that we were awarded the $125,000 grant. What that grant is going to be used for is to do evaluation surveys throughout the city to see what the needs are through the municipal buildings and streets and whatnot. This is our third time trying to get it, so hopefully third time's the charm, but I haven't heard anything yet on that. I don't know if anyone else has any other late items?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. So with the assistance of Mr. Ralph DeChico, we have been talking with Talia Memo, the special ed teacher up there for the 9th to 12th grade. And we've been working with Luberto's Bakery, Daniel Luberto. And what we are doing is we are going to take the kids into the bakery and show them how they bake. That's not going to start till probably mid-January, but before then, the special ed kids, along with Talia Memo and myself, will be going to the Friday home games for the boys and girls basketball games. And Liberto's is going to be baking the cupcakes, giving them to us on Friday. The kids are going to go to the rec center, along with Talia. They're going to decorate all the cupcakes, put them in their individual holder, and we're going to sell them at the games for $2. Already talked to the boys and girls parent supporters there, and they're all on board with us having our own little table. So I believe there's 5 or 6 home games on Fridays. So we're going to sell 4 dozen, and if they sell, next home game we'll do 6 dozen. It's just going to be on Friday nights, but just to get the kids out there, learn to sell, get them in the bakery. Small steps, but we're getting there. It's nice that a local establishment has opened it up for a vocation, and hopefully we can get more and more local businesses on board to help out the kids in the high school, because obviously they need some vocation. It is part of their IEP, and it is, it is the law. They need some vocation, whether it's baking or learning to cut hair or whatever it is, they have to get out there. So hopefully this is the beginning of something big. But thank you, Mr. Chairman, for helping put this together. I appreciate it.
Rick, with the money raised, will you guys be able to use that back into programming, or does that go back to?
That'll stay with Talia Memo's classroom and thing. She'll have like her own little petty cash fund, so it'll help her fund any supplies she needs. Obviously, the Little Ricky Foundation will always be there to help her out as well as we have been. But she can buy stuff if the kids want to go for a neighborhood walk and learn to order stuff at the restaurant. She'll have that without using her own money. She'll have that petty cash from the cupcakes to help them out.
Thank you. Anyone else have any late items or any questions that they would like to ask, or any input? Okay, so we don't have item 8, this is open forum for residents, but we can skip over that. Item 9, next steps. So basically, we know what our next steps are. with the subcommittees, the ideas on that, what we want to try and group them into. We're working on for the high school children with the cupcakes for the basketball game, getting that done. Hopefully finding out about the grant. Rick, you'll work on that other grant from Revere Cares MGH, the same grant that we got for the art program. This week, we will have the art program Thursday night at 6:30 for the students that have been involved in it. It's just 2 classes left on that. And that will be what we have for next steps. Item 10 is the reminder, and, since I take so long, of reading it, I will pass that on to the Vice Chair, Mr. Frenny, to read it.
It's all on the same page, which is nice. The Commission on Disabilities has office hours on Fridays from 8:15 to 12:15 in the Veteran Service Office in the rear of the Legion Building at 249 R Broadway, which is next door to City Hall. You can call for an appointment if you would like, but do not need one. You'll be able to talk to someone from our 311 Constituent Service Center on other days when you call our office at 781-286-8267. They will be able to answer most questions, but if they are unable to, or if you would like a call back from our office, they can transfer you to the disability officer's voicemail, and someone will get back to you as soon as they can. Also, please let us know if you would like something discussed or brought up and added to our monthly meeting agenda. You can let us know if you would like to come and speak on any issue or concern. The Commission is here to help and assist all the disabled residents and families of Revere.
Thank you, Mr. Frenny. So you did it quicker than me, right? Okay, no problem. Before we ask for a motion to adjourn, I just want to wish everyone out there, no matter what your religion or everything, to have a happy and safe holiday. And go ahead. And also, the next time we're going to be meeting, it's going to be next year. So it's Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas. Am I forgetting any, Pauline? You're in Enza, you're in the school systems, you know them all.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
In a second?
Second.
Okay. Meeting is adjourned. Our next meeting will be Tuesday, January 8th, 2019 at 6 p.m., even though I wrote 2018 on here. So see you all next year, and have a happy and safe holidays.